What's going on, YouTube? It's your boy Dummy Wormy, and I'm coming at you with another localizer debacle video because we have yet another localizer coming out and admitting not only did they change the original source material, but they also outright despise the original source material and consider what they did a renowned success and changing the source material for their own political gain. At the end of this article, there is a massive bombshell that we will also discuss, but I just want to go through this right now and give you guys proper context before we get into that big part. Lovely complex dub writer, we made it good. This show sucked. That's right. These are actual quotes from this particular person. Now, I have not seen this anime. Will I watch this anime? I don't know. Probably it does not look like something up my alley, but this was a freelance contractor that came out and actually began discussing stuff, made this huge mega thread on some random post. A YouTuber at one point, a YouTuber, Brendan Blabber, actually came out and discussed all this in a massive post that they then since had to delete and get rid of. Yes, there is a archive version of it linked here in the actual article itself, and here I'll even open it up for you. It's a long mega thread of just all sorts of different details that they went over throughout the entire thing, but these are some of the key details that Niche Gamer brought out. Firstly, Blabber was not the individual hired for the job and said he was contracted by writer and voice actor Marisa Linetti to assist them. And you get the actual quote. Hey all, at various points over the last 2 years, my best pal Marisa Linetti and I were working on dubbing an old anime called Lovely Complex, aka Lovecom. You might have heard us whispering quietly about some kind of project in old streams. Well, this was it. Sound Candace CEO Amber Lee Connors sought to dub the show as cheaply as possible, as she allegedly a fan of the series. So, despite their open contempt for the source material, Linetti was working as the dub writer for free, and Blabber volunteered to help. That's right, he volunteered to do it for free. Why did he do it for free? Oh, you'll start seeing why. Throughout the post, Blabber attempts to justify his censorship and changes from the source material, citing transphobic tropes and his opinion that the main character, Risa I'm going to butcher this one, Koizumi, I think I got that, Koizumi? Probably, I think I got it, is an actual psychopath and all over useless freak. And you get to the exact quote. It's quite unprofessional to openly shite talk property you've worked on in this industry. Linetti can't express any opinions as they have an official relationship with Sound Cadence Studios, Discotech, and Toei Animation. I, however, was a freelancing contractor and do not have any of those things. I'm not speaking up for Linetti anywhere in this post. Who can say what Linetti thinks? I'm sure I don't know, but I will tell you what I think. And I think that Lovecom is a bad show about Risa Koizumi and actual psychopath and all over useless freak. Man, you just gotta love that. Outright of the gate, already making fun of the main character, already attacking the main character, and thinking that the main character is a bad character. Oh God, you just gotta love it. You gotta love when these people actually come out and start saying their own words because they get caught. The biggest point of contention for the dub writer involves Sekio, a trans woman who's introduced early in the series. Early on, Risa dislikes her, citing some vague pre-natural awareness that she's trans. Okay, you're not going to like everybody. There's probably going to be some sort of story arc that connects them all more thoroughly, has the character actually grow up and learn, like, hey, the character's not that bad of a person. Well, rather than any of that, you get over here. Rather than try and maintain the original script as closely as they could, Blabber and Linetti went on cutting things, changing context, and otherwise altering dialogue from the original translation. He even says that you can watch the English dub with subtitles on to listen to our edits in real time. Oh, you just gotta love when you get moments like this. There was a time when we always knew that we weren't gonna get one-for-one localizations. We always knew we weren't gonna get one-for-one iterations of what the the source actually was, because certain words change throughout time, certain words do all this. But when you start boasting about here, before I get into that, there was a way, though, because you always knew the dub actors changed stuff. You always knew something like that was going on. So what people used to do was actually watch the sub while the dub was playing, and you could see just how different every line was, how everything changed, and how it went on throughout that. Sometimes it wasn't that bad. Sometimes it was downright awful, and sometimes it was actually relatively similar. But the downright awful ones were always the ones to watch out for. The downright awful ones were the ones that you could pick out of the crowd and go like, my God, they really did butcher this. My God, they really did change this. You went all out in changing what was here because of your own political agendas, or because you were just bad at your job or didn't want to do your job correctly. Those were usually the points. Now you have them coming out here boasting about, hey, you guys can see what we changed, because we didn't change the sub, but we changed the dub. We changed what they actually said, and we cut context out and changed all that. So you want the original story? It's here in the sub. Go watch it and laugh at it. See what we all did. Oh my gosh. That's a sign of a bad dubber right there. That's a sign of an awful dub script writer and somebody that should be barred from the industry. But we'll get into what I think is actually going to happen there. But we get to the actual quote itself. The Sekio introductory episode is about Sekio's gender identity. So it's not like we could write it out entirely, but we changed a lot of things to take the edge off. Nobuku's initial dislike of Sekio was changed from, I don't know, I don't like her, my trans radar is going off, to being jealous there's another cute girl on campus, and not wanting to lose out to a freshman in the sub. Antio and Risa and end of episode reactions could generously be called confused, but they got the spirit. I can read about the whole thing. We wrote those to be a lot more supportive of Sekio, especially Otanai's dialogue, which made it pretty clear he was still kind of disgusted by her. Oh, wait, what? Wait. So, because you wanted them to be more supportive, confused, but were there in spirit and everything like that, because you thought the whole thing was, transphobic, instead of people actually kind of, coming out and being all sorts of like maybe crazed about it, like what the heck's going on here, disgusted. I don't know. That's also your own subjective feeling towards the actual scene itself. Maybe it's just somebody I don't know what to say to this, because I haven't seen the original anime. I haven't engaged with the original anime, and now I'm hearing that you guys completely changed it to be something else, and I'm going off of your own perspective on this stuff. You guys already have a very biased perspective on all this. So how am I supposed to engage with this? How am I supposed to interact with this? How am I supposed to deal with this? And on top of that, there's something else that you guys need to realize in regards to this anime. This anime comes from 2007. This anime comes from 2007. They're just now dubbing and subbing it. And because of that, because of when it ran, even in the manga, it was a manga from 2001 to 2007. The anime was actually produced over in 2007 over in Japan. It's now coming here to the States and being subbed and dubbed here in the States. But you're going to tell me that in 2007, people have been okay with this. 2007, people have reacted to this as they would here in 2024? No, they wouldn't. They wouldn't. There probably would be some freakouts. There probably would be a little bit of disgust. That's just the thing. That's how the times were. But you guys can't acknowledge stuff for the times it was. You guys can't actually deal with stuff for the times it was. Instead, you have to brag about trying to change the past, change history, change stuff to fit your more modern standards. And this is the part that I think really sets it off, really acknowledges what's going on in the dubbing industry as a whole, and potentially why this whole post got hidden and shut away. Because you come down here, Blabber exposes what the industry is doing in regards to these changes, which amounts to nothing. That's right. Your dubbing companies, all these companies here in the States, all these companies here in the West, no, they don't do anything about the localization issues. They don't do anything about the actual issues going on within all of our industry, because they like it. In fact, publishers like Discotek Media, Funimation, and Crunchyroll, should be Funimation/Crunchyroll because they're now one and the same, are allegedly encouraging localizers to do what they want as long as they don't brag about it. So you mean to tell me that Funimation, Crunchyroll, Discotek Media, potentially this actual the one that did this, Sound Cadence Studios, are all promoting you guys do this, promoting you guys change these things, promoting you guys go out, change the story, change the dialogue, change every aspect of it. As long as you don't go around boasting about it, as long as you don't go around talking about it, as long as you don't publicize the fact that we allowed you guys to do whatever the heck you wanted to the anime, a-okay with them. It's a-okay with them treating these properties like it's their own. It's a-okay with them taking these properties, bastardizing them, and changing them for a more modern audience that doesn't truly want them. And you want to know why I'm focusing in on this? You want to know why I'm dealing with this? Is because now it recontextualized 8+ years of awful politicized English localization in games and anime. This whole mega article from Niche Gamer themselves, where they give example after example after example after example of different bastardization and different changes done throughout the entire industry. This gives a mega change and the way you start looking at the use of AI coming into the localizer industry, because hey, you know what, if AI is going to do a better job than all these companies put together, let's go on ahead, let's do it. Let's let the anime industry start using more and more AI to get rid of all the dubbing studios and the localization studios here in the West, because apparently you're all corrupt from the top down. You're all just awful companies throughout and throughout. You come over here to this one that we recently went over in regards to Sega, outright admitting that they were going to these companies to change their stuff, outright admitting that they were freely going to these companies to change these themes for Japanese audiences. This is how sick and twisted this industry is, and it gives even more contextualization on when you start seeing more localizers, more dubbers, more people like this get to come out here and talk about it. And one of my favorite ones is always from this guy right here, because it just blatantly says it out loud. Now, when it comes to this particular dum-dum here, he just said, hey, we blatantly changed it, and this is all the stuff we changed. But this is the best one, because this is the one that shows we really need a top-down change. The true joy of localization really is seeing what you can get away with. This proves, this outright proves just how sick, twisted, disgusting the localization industry here in the West truly is. It needs a top-down purge of all of its inferior, insufficient employees, needs to get a complete 180 redo on every aspect of it, and it needs to get fixed from the top down. I 110% support localizers being replaced by anime, dubbing companies being replaced by anime, people being replaced by AI at this point, because all I'm seeing is the more pros to AI versus the cons of the current localizing dubbing industries that we have here going on. But I'm going to leave it there, guys. Let me get you guys' thoughts on all this down in the comments below. If you like this video, please give a thumbs up, share it out, friends. Hit that subscribe button, hit that notification bell for every type of video and go live. And I'll see you all on the next one. Bye for now.